So anyways, Johnson's trying to take care of that. But anyways, so I'm going to step in here for him and do the all-in review. He's going to take care of some stuff for us. But anyways, started off the pre-show with Willow and Ishii. Got the win in over Chris Stratlander and Stokely. That's really no surprise. I mean, everybody kind of saw it coming, especially since Stokely's not even like experienced. And they did the shot on Wednesday night last week with him, or this week with him, and him doing the training and everything. But that's just setting up for All Out, I'm sure, where Willow gets to pick the stipulation for their match. Going into that. And then we come in with the 10-man tag team match with the Von Erichs, Dustin Rhodes, and Sammy Guevara with Shibata versus Undisputed Era and the Gates of Agony. The Von Erichs pick up the win there, and Kevin come out, put the claw, and then they had put the claw on everybody. It was a really good spot, I'm sure, for those people over there. We've gotten to see Kevin a lot lately since he's been in Arlington, and so I'm sure they were excited to see him over there. And, everybody loves to see the face get the win. You just do. So that was a good match. And then they come in with the Trios Championship match. We've got Pac, Claudio, and Wheeler Yuta together versus the House of Black and Patriarchy, and then Juice and the Bang Bang Gang for the Trios Championship. And that was kind of a surprise there. We were talking about a while ago that Pac said he was going to get his Wembley moment. So we weren't, so he did. He got out there, and him and Claudio and Wheeler Yuta did pick up the championship, the Trios Championship match. So that was good for him. They wanted him to have that, especially since he missed last year. And then Jamie Hayter came out, re-debuted, and beat up on Saraya and her mama, and said she was back. So it's good to see her back. She's been out for a long time and everything. And then really where I got to come in, I kind of had to go back and watch some of that because I had missed it. But I came in with the Timeless Tony match when then Luther comes out with Tony, and everybody's decided, we hadn't seen Luther since he got beat up before by Mariah. And, they meet up face, and then Tony and Mariah, they meet up face to face. They show Mina watching in the crowd, because she likes both of them. She's stuck in the middle of this matchup. And then Mariah starts in with controlling the match. And she kind of put Tony in some sort of swing, similar to the Cesaro swing, but it wasn't. So it wasn't the same thing. She was like holding her and swinging. I thought that was kind of a good spot. And then, Mariah, she goes after everybody. She is just brutal in this match. She goes after Luther. She slaps her own mama. And I didn't realize it was her mama at the time. Jonathan thought it was Tony's sister, and he's like, she looks just like Tony, but anyway, it ends up being her mom. And then Tony goes to comfort her, and so it was a really good match. A lot of big, moves on the match and everything. And then, they're slapping each other. Mariah gets busted open. Just right after she slaps her mama, Tony throws her into the stairs, and she ends up getting busted open. She's bleeding. And then somehow the shoe comes out, and Mariah goes for the shoe and stuff, but Tony ends up with it, and she doesn't want to use it on Mariah. She doesn't want to be that person, and so Mariah takes advantage of that, and then Mariah, she goes for the belt, and Luther grabs it and gives her the finger, which I thought was hilarious. So that was a good spot there too. And then of course Mariah ends up with the win. We kind of knew that was coming. This is going to be Mariah's era. And I think it's gonna be good. I like Mariah. I really like Tony. The crowd was super hot for Tony. I think the crowd really wanted Tony to win, but it's where is Samoa Joe? He's doing like Ring of Honor stuff. So, but anyways, and then Tony, she did leave with confidence, and she definitely still had her head hang high. She was doing like a little dance going around out of the ring and everything, and the crowd was definitely still hot for her even after she left. I really love her gimmick that she does now, the Timeless Tony. It's just really genius, and I hope she continues doing it. So we will see. And then Jericho comes out and is performing with Fozzy, but the ring is so big. I guess the stadium's so big, you can't even hardly hear what he's saying. So you can tell he's singing, but you cannot hear it because it's just all completely drowned out. And I will say one thing, when they do these international shows, that the crowds are so hot. They're always singing and chanting, and I really like that. And I kind of figure that the talent does too, because it really gets people into it and they get excited. But this match was Jericho versus Hook, and it was really more like Hook versus Jericho and all of his cronies, because he had to fight off everybody. And every kind of match that Jericho does, he pulls out some kind of crazy something. And so anyway, so this match he pulls out the pool balls and a pool stick and throws it out, and it's kind of all over the place. The bad apple, Brian Keith, comes in. He hits Hook with the trash can lid. Hook's really getting beat up this whole entire match. And then probably my favorite part of this entire match is when Hook rips off his eye patch and everybody just goes crazy and he's like, I can see. People really love that. And so that was a good match, I thought. A lot of people don't like Jericho right now and this gimmick that he's in, and it's really obnoxious and everything. But he's still entertaining. He's still entertaining. You can't say he's not. But puts Chris Jericho into a headlock, and then Hook gets the win for the FTW Championship for the second year in a row. So everybody's glad to see Hook get his win back and get the belt back. So he does good. The best part about that was when his dad intervened and helped him get held off the other guys while he could get the pin on Jericho. So FTR. The next match we've got is the Tag Team Championship match. Got FTR. They come out in these fancy jumpsuits with the tearaway pants from the 90s. They've got they're black with all the colors down them and stuff, and they were pretty fancy, gotta say. I always wanted those back in the day, but we were poor and my mom wouldn't buy me none. So anyways, so this match we've got the Bucks coming out, and they're not to be outdone in their yellow and blue suits that kind of look like band director suits. Let's see, who's your favorite wrestler? Here's Seth freaking Rollins. Yeah, this Sting is probably one of my favorites. Jonathan loves Hulk Hogan, that's his favorite, but I do like Sting. This is actually from his last Encounter match. Thank you. Let's see, how do you feel about Deonna Purrazzo and Camille? Yeah, that should be definitely a good match. I hope to see that. I like Deonna Purrazzo. She's freaking badass. And then and their match is Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes is definitely classic. You can't go wrong with Dusty. Or Cody. But anyway, Dustin Rhodes is doing some awesome work right now too. So anyways, we'll get back into this. So the tag team match, we've got the Acclaimed come out. The crowd was freaking hot for the Acclaimed. I mean, everybody loves the Acclaimed for sure, even in London. And that's who I really wanted to win. I love the Acclaimed. But anyways, unfortunately, that was not to be, because they did not get the win. Bucks did retain and got the pin on FTR. And then two guys came out to the ring, and I still can't figure out who they are. They're from Liverpool. I wasn't sure who they were. But anyways, and they put the beat down on everybody, mostly FTR. They said they're going to feud with FTR. So I'm sure we'll be seeing them coming forward. They did announce they're going to have the Grand Slam in Australia in February 2025. So I'm sure that's be exciting, especially if you live there, because they don't get a lot of wrestling. So anyways, and then the Gauntlet match. This was a really good match, honestly. It was really crazy. It's hard to keep up with because there were so many people that were involved. And it starts out with Orange Cassidy in the ring, and I kind of figured they were going to do Orange Cassidy going a heel, because he's wearing all black, which usually wears denim and stuff, but you never know. And then he starts out with Okada, and the beating begins. And then he starts out with his orange, in his hands in his pockets, and rolled up Okada for 2. And then Nigel McGuinness comes out. Crowd was super excited over that. Anyways, and then Kyle O'Reilly comes out. We've got Zack Sabre Jr., Roderick Strong, Mark Briscoe, and then Jeff Jarrett comes out with Karen, and he starts cleaning house on everybody. And then that was really funny, I thought. And then, of course, he gets thrown off by Hangman, throws him into the crowd, and he grabs Karen by the throat. And then of course, you know, one of the highlights everybody was waiting for, Ricochet comes out. So, and Ricochet definitely came out and cleaned house. He's freaking all over the place. He is crazy athletic and very impressive wrestler. He was very good to see. Anyways, and then he beats up on Hangman, doing tons of spots off the top ropes and everywhere. And then Christian comes out, which is his, you know, his next appearance. And Ricochet launches himself off the top rope for Christian before he can even get to the ring. So, and Hangman gets a 2 count on Ricochet, but, you know, he obviously doesn't get it then. But then they've kind of got Okada coming in for a spot. And then Karen grabs Hangman, and Double J comes in and gets his lick back on him. This match is just really just kind of crazy everywhere. Anyways, Luchasaurus comes in, and they put his name up there as Luchasaurus, not Killswitch, what he's been going by. So, anyways, so that was, and then everybody kind of thought that Luchasaurus was going to turn on Christian, but ended up, he kind of just knocked him out to the side, and then he knocks out Celebrate anyway, and he ends up getting the win and putting Christian on top. So like, anyway, gives Christian the contract for the championship match, and then they're celebrating. Mama Wayne comes out, and Wayne and everything. So I really wasn't expecting that. I was really expecting Hangman to win that match. So that was kind of unexpected. So I'm sure that we're going to be seeing a split with Luchasaurus or Killswitch, whatever you want to call him, and Christian soon. You know, we'll see. So I figure I've been thinking it's been coming for a while, but you know, obviously it hasn't happened yet. So, and then of course one of the big matches of the night was Will Ospreay come out with a huge entrance. There was like break dancing and all kinds of, they had it all going on, and they had this huge video package, and it turns out it's like an ad for Assassin's Creed. So it was pretty cool. You know, he's kind of is like the aerial assassin, so I thought that was good. You know, tie in there, probably paid for it, honestly. So pretty smart there. Everybody, I swear in the show, everybody come out with like the coolest jackets. Cannot deny, his jacket was very awesome. I'd like to get a hold of that. Probably never will. But anyways, it was a really cool jacket. That was one thing I noticed. I really love all the cool jackets. But this match was very high flying. And then MJF comes out, and you know, he looks like Uncle Sam just spit him out. He's full-fledged. He's got a cool jacket too. He's got an American flag jacket, and he's got the American belt on and everything. And you know, he's just being MJF. Very obnoxious, very rude. Somebody had a sign that said he's our all-American scumbag. I thought that was pretty funny. So, and he's definitely channeling his Rick Rude. He's out there doing the hip thrusts and everything. And someone said it was a waste of time to be here. Well, that's you know, it's your opinion. Ospreay does a flip jump on. It starts off the match. You know, Ospreay does a jump on MJF for covers. This is a very high flying match. Lots of off the top ropes. Probably one of my favorite parts of this match was Ospreay hit MJF so hard it knocked the spit out of his mouth on the ref, and the ref was just like trying to get it off, which I thought was hilarious. It was super funny. But and then like they were all over the place in this match. They knocked out the camera guy. They hit the ref. You know, the ref's always getting knocked down. So and then MJF tries to pull something out of his bottoms or whatever, and then Danny Garcia comes out, and he interferes with that. He's dressed in all black, so you can't see what it is, but you know it's him. And so Ospreay ends up doing the Tiger Driver on MJF and gets the win. And the ref tries to hand Ospreay the belt, and he doesn't want to take it. So Christopher Daniels, you see him come running down, and he's got the belt, or the new belt or whatever. And so he brings out a new international championship title belt, because you know they just changed it to the American Championship. So I guess they're going back to the international championship for it. So crowd was super hot. They love Ospreay, you know, which everybody pretty much loves Ospreay anyway. But that was a good match. That was a really good match. And then the next match we've got is Mercedes Moné versus Britt Baker. No surprise here. Mercedes Moné comes out in the full regalia. She's got like the London theme going on. And Anyway, she comes out with the royal looking carriage. She's got like the guys dressed up as like the queen soldiers, and she's got the corgis in her. She got the whole robe that's coming off that looks like the queen's robe or whatever. So I thought that was pretty cool. They spent a lot of money on that entrance though, for sure. And you know, Britt was already in the ring for that match. But and of course Camille's coming out. She looks like a badass. Camille's really awesome. You know, even as I'm excited to see what Camille has in the future, because you know she's gonna turn on Mercedes, and that's gonna be a really good feud. So you know, it has obviously it's gonna be a while, but I'm excited for that coming forward because she looks like she could just waylay to anything. She's a tall lady. So, but this match was good. Definitely a lot of big spots in it. You know, Camille did kind of get interfered in it, and like Brittany kind of like tries to play it off like she hit her with the belt and drops to the ground and gets her thrown out. So, you know, definitely I like that part. And but Mercedes Moné does get the win to retain that. I wasn't really surprised with that because, you know, I don't think they're ready to take that off of her anytime soon. She definitely makes a great bad girl. You know, and people love to hate on her. So, you know, I wasn't surprised by that. And then the next match we've got is the coffin match, Darby Allin versus Jack Perry. Darby came out and he had like these tacks glued all over his face, like, but facing outwards. So I guess every time he was hit by Jack Perry, that he was going to get his fist busted open by those tacks. So that was pretty cool. This match was crazy. You wouldn't, as you know, pretty much any Darby Allin match you would expect to be. But when Jack Perry dumped out a bag of glass, the crowd was chanting "F you, Punk." So, you know, it's kind of a slap in the face to CM Punk, I guess, for that. When he said he didn't want to use real glass. So this is definitely real glass, because when Jack Perry got it, he got cut up all over. It was crazy. Lots of huge spots on this. I mean, they got like blood on the camera. Okay, they're bleeding all over the place. It was crazy. Like, and then Jack Perry, they've got like duct tape. He duct taped his hands, and Darby's hands up or whatever, and he's beating him up, beating the crap out of him, beats him up the ramp, and which was like a really huge ramp for this arena anyway, and it's really tall, and he ends up like beating him down. He takes his belt off of Darby and is whooping him with the belt, and then ties the belt around his pants or around his feet, and then throws Darby off of the ramp like 15 feet onto the tables. I don't know how this guy's gonna live to make it to be very old, because all these high spots that he does is insane. And then you know, Jack Perry's been bringing out these body bags every time that all these matches. So he brings out the body bag, puts Darby in the body bag, and then drags him to the coffin, and then ends up winning the match, closes the coffin and everything. And then the EVPs come out with this, like, it looks like gas. You know it's not gas, but anyway, it looks like gas. And they pour it all over Darby in the coffin, pour it on the coffin, and they're fixing to set him on fire. And guess whose music hits? The man Sting. Anyways, and Sting's music hits. They all run to the ring. Poor Darby sitting in the coffin. You know he's probably about to sweat to death, because I don't know, it's probably not that hot there. But anyways, he's inside there in that body bag in the coffin. And, you know, Sting waylays everybody and gets Darby out of the coffin, and they walk back up, you know, arm in arm. So that was a good spot. I know they were excited about Sting. I love Sting. I hate to see him retire, but so I was glad to see him come out for this. I'm hoping they'll have him on there a little bit more. But then, and after that, you know, it's hard to go on after a big match. But the next match we've got is the AEW Championship with Swerve and Bryan Danielson. I've been looking forward to this match. This was also a really big match. This whole card was really full of big matches. You know, this one, they were trying to pull on your heartstrings. You know, they had Brie at the ringside with the kids and everything, and they're like showing them and trying, you know, showing how his family's there, and he's going to put him into retirement. They even had Jim Ross on commentary, which was cool. You know, Jim's had a lot of health issues going on lately, so I was glad to see him there. He did call him Brian by his wrong name on accident, though, once. But other than that, you know, I love Jim Ross. He's a legend. You know, you can't hate on him. He's out there working, and he's getting pretty up there. So, but this match was nothing short of brutal. You know, they were all over his place, kicking, lots of kicks in this match, a lot of the yes kicks. The fans were really hot for, it's really kind of divided. A lot of fans were hot for Swerve, and then also a lot for Bryan Danielson. Nobody wants to see Bryan Danielson retire because, you know, he is one of the greats for sure that we get to see all the time. So I really thought, you know, I didn't think that he was going to win, but at the same point, you know, I wanted him to win. So I was definitely glad to see this match end how it did. But lots of big, you know, spots in this match as well. Lots of running kicks. Swerve did the swerve stomp on him. That still didn't knock him out. It was, they were doing the test of strength and kicking each other. I mean, they were kicking the crap out of each other. Lots of submission holds. You know, Bryan's really big on submission holds anyway. And ends up, Bryan gets the win by putting the submission on Swerve and getting the win. And there's a huge regalia, all the confetti and everything. And the kid, they bring Claudio runs out and they bring the family to the ring. And it was really exciting show. They, at the end, you know, everybody was all heartfelt and everything, and they really enjoyed it. And then they advertised All In for next year in Arlington, 2025, and then back in London for 2026. So overall, I think it was a really good show. I enjoyed it. It was long, though. It was like 4 hours plus long, you know. But other than that, it was a really good time. We enjoyed it. So any other comments or anything, just let me know. And we appreciate you watching, and like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.